In honor of Trayvon Martin, A Mother's Worst Nightmare Mindset, I wanted to share this poem my mother wrote on July 26, 2013. Before I lay my head to rest, I pray to God I done my best. When death comes for my tattered soul, I pray to God my children has grown old. In these hours of hurt and pain, a verdict was received with absolute disdain. No matter what the defense claimed, the stench of racism will remain. A young life stolen in the dark. Hatred was the bullet's mark. Anger and frustration refused the spark. Retaliation we shall not embark. Let us come away in peace. We will honor and respect the deceased. Yes, a murderer was released. Our hearts are bleeding and gun violence needs to cease. When Trayvon was murdered by George Zimmerman, I remember my mother turned to me and said, "When is enough enough?" I remember the pain on my mother's face when she heard Trayvon Martin's mother, Sabrina Fulton, say the words, "They never viewed my son as a child." At the moment, my mother realized how intentional behaviors of gun violence had affected all people from the non-disabled to the disabled. My mother wanted to reveal to parents, teachers, attorneys, the court system, and others that you cannot normalize dangerous intentional behavior and reveal those behaviors as unintentional behaviors. The idea behind my mother's establishing NLD recognition was to advocate for children's adults with extraordinary minds and unique abilities, and multifaceted learning styles which our society has labeled disabled. She realized the floodgate had opened up and there were so many children and young adults without any disabilities that have been murdered for no reason at all. If you wish to review this story in its entirety, you can go to nldrecognition.com in the July 2013 archives under A Mother's Worst Nightmare Mindset. My mother comprehended in contrast the behaviors. What would happen to an individual if they had any type of disability to a person that had no disability? The outcome would be the same. Only in America you witness a young white male who claimed he had ADHD and got off on a murder rap. Let it had been a black, Latino, woman, LGBT, Native American, Indian, and any minority group, we would have never survived the bullet. Review the story Trouble Don't Last Always, TM. Visit my mom's channel, Linda Ballard 911 Health, and my brother's channel, KGTV Television. They had always been there for me. They are my grand guardians, and as always, as my mother would say, she would walk through hell with gasoline draws to find answers. Be a responsible parent to learn and help me navigate through the challenges in my life. It has not been easy. I'm so glad my family has stuck by me on this long journey. I am heard, I am understood in my family and in my environment. Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.